All right, fellas, let's get real. We're at number 6 on the series on the top 10 things that men screw up in relationships. And today we're diving into one of the sneakiest relationship killers out there, taking her for granted. Now listen, if you're watching this while your wife is doing the laundry, cooking dinner, and chasing a toddler with a diaper like it's a live grenade, and your biggest contribution was asking what's for dinner, you might be guilty of this one. Let me confess up front, I've been married to my amazing wife Holly for almost 30 years, and for far too many of those years, I treated her, well, like furniture. You know, there, reliable, she doesn't complain about much, and always in the background. The problem is when you treat your wife like background noise, eventually she'll stop talking altogether. And suddenly you're wondering, why does it feel like we're distant? It's because you've been living like she's your roommate with a shared bill and maybe some Wi-Fi that you share. I mean, let's bring in the word before someone turns this video off to go mow the lawn as an emotional coping mechanism. Proverbs 18:22 says, "He who finds a good wife finds a good thing and obtains favor in the Lord." Now, the Hebrew word for finds that's used there isn't passive like, oh, look, I found a penny. It means to discover with intent, to recognize value. It's active, it's appreciative, it's I see this person as a gift. And that phrase, obtains favor, it literally means you got something from God that you didn't deserve. So let me ask you, my man, when's the last time you treated your wife like a gift from God and not just someone who knows where your socks are? The struggle we experience today is simple. We get used to her support. We get used to her strength, her sacrifice. And when something becomes routine, we stop seeing the value in it. I mean, you wouldn't ignore your car if it started making weird noises, but your wife can be emotionally limping for weeks. And we're like, she'll be fine. She always is. That's not strength. That's neglect dressed in apathy. So how do we fix it? 1, we get vocal. Gratitude isn't gratitude until it's expressed. Don't assume she knows you appreciate her. Say it every day, not just on her birthday or when you're trying to get out of trouble. 2, get observant. Notice what she does. Point it out, the little things, the unforeseen things, the emotional labor she carries that you didn't even realize until she had the meltdown in the Target parking lot. And 3, get attentional. Serve her without being asked. Surprise her without it being a holiday. Date her like you did when you were trying to win her heart. Spoiler alert, you're still supposed to be doing that. Listen, do you remember when you were first dating your wife? How you planned every detail like your relationship depended on it? You picked the perfect restaurant. You wore actual cologne. You cleaned your car like it was going to be judged by NASA. And you practiced your smooth but holy small talk on the way over. You were pursuing her like she was the greatest prize on earth, because she was. So here's the real question. Why did you stop? Just because you said I do doesn't mean that pursuit is over. In fact, that's when it should really kick into overdrive. She still wants to feel chosen, seen, valued. So stop coasting, man. Plan a date. Ask her deep questions. Flirt with her like you're trying to win her heart, because real husbands never stop pursuing their wives. I can tell you from experience, when I finally started appreciating Holly out loud, intentionally and consistently, our marriage shifted. She lit up again. Our connection deepened, and I stopped feeling like we were just coexisting in the same house with 2 entirely different to-do lists. So here's my challenge for you today. This week, go overboard with your gratitude. Tell her thank you for the everyday things. Write a note. Send her a text. Speak life. Make her feel seen. Because great men don't just love their wives, they honor them. And honoring starts by noticing what's always been there and never taking it for granted. Until next time, live faith-fueled and battle-ready.